Welcome to Mind Matters at Southeast Psych. I'm Dr. Craig Pohlman, and I'm joined by my colleague, Dr. Tracy Barcott.
Hello.
Welcome, Tracy.
Thank you.
We're going to talk for a little bit about strengths
Okay.
and how strengths can be a really great resource for supporting struggling learners.
Yes.
So what are some initial thoughts you have about using strengths?
I think strengths are so important because everybody has strengths. You know, everybody has strengths, everybody has weaknesses, but if you only highlight a person's weaknesses, it can kind of make them feel like there's nothing that they can do about it or that they don't have any direction or anything to build on. And everybody has strengths that they can use to build on to work around some of their weaknesses or improve what's hard for them.
Now, I think some parents who have kids who are struggling in school, it might be hard to understand how that's possible. So maybe we should talk about how we define strengths, because
Okay.
I think a strength could really be an advanced ability.
It could.
It could be something that's a relative strength.
Right.
It could be something that is just solid.
Right.
Like if you've got someone who's really struggling with reading and writing, but they're performing okay in math,
Right.
that's worth pointing
Still a
out.
strength.
Yeah.
Right.
And we could even expand it out to interests.
Yep.
Like strong affinity areas. If we've got a kid who's really into baseball,
Right.
that might be something
Doesn't
that we
have
could
to
leverage.
be academic, but
Right.
it could still be something that's useful for that child or important in their life.
Right.
Makes them feel good about themselves, gives them motivation.
Mhm.
That's a strength.
Yeah, and a topic area too could be something that they can latch on. Okay, so let's talk more specific. Say we've got say we have a struggling reader.
Okay.
What are some strengths that we might utilize to help them in that regard?
So I think if there's a particular topic that a child's very interested in, that can encourage them to try to read or learn more about that topic. So reading when it's hard is often not something that kids really want to do. If it's a lot of work and they feel like they're struggling with it, they avoid it. But of course that means it doesn't get better or easier for them. And so finding a topic that they're really interested in can help give them that push, that motivation to spend a little more time reading and make it more enjoyable.
Yeah, I think we've seen people of all ages, when they find something that they're really intrigued by, I mean, they're going to want to learn everything they can about it.
Right.
So even a struggling reader, they're going to just latch onto that topic. Let's talk about self-esteem.
Okay.
Because a lot of struggling learners, self-esteem is not so good.
Right.
And one way to think of it is, for a kid, going to school is your career.
Absolutely.
And for an adult, if your career isn't going well, you're not going to feel very good about
Right.
yourself. So talk about how strengths can be used to boost self-esteem.
Self-esteem, like you're saying, is so important because honestly, you know, whether a child's doing really well in school or not, as long as they feel good about school and they have a positive attitude about school, they're interested in it, it can still be an enjoyable experience for them. And even if they're challenged or struggling, as long as they feel like they're doing their best and they're being recognized for that and that they've got some good social relationships and interesting things happening at school, it might not become something that they dread or feel, you know, isn't something that they're interested in at all. And as long as they have that interest, there's something to build on and they can keep progressing. So the self-esteem is an important part about that because it could come from many different aspects of school. It doesn't have to come from only what their report card looks like and what the grades are on that report card, but it can come from many different aspects of school.
And, you know, unfortunately, some of the things that you need to be successful in school aren't the same as what you need to be successful in life.
That's very
So
true.
just helping parents and kids understand that, you know, their great social skills might actually be a liability in 5th grade
Right.
if they're, talking a
all
lot.
the time.
But they could be, great leaders and,
Right.
real great collaborators when they're adults.
Right.
There's a lot of potential there.
Absolutely.
We could talk about this for a long time, but I think this is a good start. And come back again,
I'd
and
love to.
we'll discuss this more on other topics.
That sounds great.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot. I'm Dr. Craig Pohlman for Mind Matters at Southeast Psych, where we're saving the world one learner at a time.